All right, what's going on, world? Happy Money Monday. It's your boy JP the Third, and also happy Labor Day. Why do the rich get richer? Success leaves clues, right? You can see it with successful athletes and just people who are successful in general. There's always a consistent trend between them all. They are always doing certain things that make them successful. Likewise, the people that have money and continue to keep it, these are people that are doing the same consistent steps over and over. So if you look back throughout history, you can actually see the trend that we're going to be talking about today. But right now, I just want you to be thinking about that. Why do the rich get richer and why do the poor get poorer? And so what I'm going to talk about today can make you a lot of money if you take action on it. We're going to have to face some misconceptions that you might have about money. You have to understand that it's not true that money depends on you being smart, going to school, or just being extraordinarily talented or something like that. People that are idiots get rich, people that are really smart get rich, and likewise there are people that are really smart that have multiple degrees that are flat broke, not even using their degrees in the field of work that they're in. And there are also people that are dumb. I'm not going to say dumb, but they're not school smart, right? Like, people used to always talk about Floyd Mayweather because he couldn't read, but the guy makes bank. So, it's just, those rules are BS. So you just got to throw those rules out. So I need you to come to this with a clean slate and an open mind. So with that being said, let's go ahead and hop into the only three strategies that you can use to make money. So this first strategy is the worst one. You don't want to do this, but this is actually what majority of people use, and majority of people are broke, right? So that's why I said this isn't something that you want to do. I touched on this on my last Money Monday video, but the first strategy is trading time for money. A lot of people are working 9 to 5, right? 9 to 5. So that block of time for some money. Now the problem is saturation. That means it doesn't matter how much money you get paid per hour, you're only going to be able to trade in so much time before you run out. If you're born, you're gonna die. It's a fact. So, like I said, that's what most people do, and that's why most people are broke. So the second strategy that people use, strategy number 2, this one's a little better, but you got to be good at it for it to work. This is where you use money to make more money. So people might work their 9 to 5, save a little bit, and then turn around and try and invest it into something that makes them money. Now, if you're not good at it, and if you don't go to somebody who's proven that they're good at investing money for a ROI, you're gonna lose your money. And when that happens, what people do is they stop investing. They're like, oh, this didn't work, I had a bad experience, I'm not gonna do that again, right? So they throw that out. But strategy number 3, this is the real money maker. This is what 1 out of every 100 people do. Like I said, all throughout history, if you look back, you'll see the trend. This is repeatedly what wealthy people do. They have multiple sources of income. Now you might be thinking to yourself, JP, that's no secret. Everybody talks about having multiple sources of income and time and money freedom. I already know this. Now, most people think multiple jobs is multiple sources of income. It's not, because multiple sources of income, what they do is they actually multiply your time. So you're making money around the clock. This is where you're able to make money while you're asleep. If you got 2 jobs, you're missing out on sleep. At that point, you're probably compromising your health for some money. Your happiness or something. You're compromising something for money. But when you're using multiple sources of income, this is where you are structuring your money around your lifestyle and vice versa. It doesn't matter. There's not a limit to how many sources of income you can have, but right now it's easier to do than it's ever been before because of the internet. With the internet, the world's getting smaller. I talk to my boy Nate the Great Peterman all the time. He's over in Pennsylvania, I'm in St. Louis. He's just a couple buttons away. I talk to people in Texas all the time, people in Canada, people in Kansas. So I talk to people all around the world instantly because I have a phone. It's actually what I'm recording this video on right now, which will be uploaded to the internet, right? So anybody across the world can see it. So the world's getting smaller and it's getting easier to build multiple sources of income. Now, like I said, this doesn't mean multiple jobs. So multiple sources of income, you can have as many as you want, and they don't all have to be the same size. You can have something that's only cash flowing maybe $1,000 a month into your pocket, right? But no matter how big the source of income is, and no matter how often it cash flows, as long as it's cash flowing, that means money's coming in. It's all going to end up in the same place, which is your wallet, and that's what you want. So when you use multiple sources of income, this is going to allow you to have that time and money freedom that you really want and that you're really craving for. Because when money's coming in, you have the freedom and flexibility to go and do as you please, especially when it's not fixated on one location. So I'm going to tell you why having just one source of income doesn't work, or having a job doesn't work, trading time for money. Because when you only rely on one source, it's easy to focus on it, right? If you were thinking about catching a football, if somebody throws one ball at you, you're going to focus on it, you're going to catch it easy. But what happens when 5 or 6 balls are getting thrown at you at the same time? You're not going to be able to catch all that, right? Something's going to hit you. Now think, what if people, instead of throwing footballs, they're throwing money? And it's coming from everywhere, right? That's what it looks like when you have multiple sources of income. You're going to have an abundance. Yeah, that money's going to be hitting you. You're going to be overwhelmed. There's going to be money on the floor. It's going to be everywhere. And that's what you want. So if you want time and money freedom, you're going to have to model yourself after success. So that means you're going to need to have multiple sources of income. Leave me a comment below if you understand what I'm saying and if you're looking forward to the next video. Make sure you subscribe, because the next video is actually going to be talking about the law of compensation. So this is going to teach you exactly what you need to do to guarantee that you're going to have high income. Alright, so like I said, my name is JP. I appreciate you for watching.